Jesus once experienced a loneliness that no one can fully understand. In the Garden of Gethsemane, on the night before his suffering and death, he asked his three closest friends to stay awake with him, just for 1 hour. But they fell asleep at the very moment he needed them most. There was no word of comfort. No hand reached out to hold his. Alone in the darkness, he still knelt down and spoke to the Father. He did not give up, even when no one was beside him. And that is exactly what you can do today, in your own loneliness. The Bible never promises that you will never feel lonely. Loneliness is a very real part of life, but the Bible does promise that you are never truly alone. Here are 5 promises you need to remember right now. First, God will never leave you, even when others do. There are times when you send a message and nobody replies. There are meals when you sit alone while the room is still filled with the voices of other people. There are nights when you lie awake and realize there is no one you can call at 3 in the morning. Before the people of Israel entered a new and dangerous land, God promised them through Moses in Deuteronomy 31:6 that he would always go with them and never abandon them. That promise was not only for a nation that lived thousands of years ago, it is also for you, sitting wherever you are reading these words today. People may change their phone numbers, move to another city, or even leave the people around them behind. But there is one who never changes his address when looking for you. You do not need to explain why you are tired or overwhelmed, because he was already there before you spoke a single word. Second, God comes closest when your heart is most broken. There is a strange truth about faith. People often step away when they see someone suffering because they do not know what to say. But God does the opposite. Psalm 34:18 says that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. God is not standing far away, watching you cry and deciding whether to come closer. He was already there, closer than your very breath. So if tonight you go to bed carrying a pain you cannot even describe, remember this. That may be the moment when God is closest to you, not the moment when he is farthest away. Third, Jesus promised to stay with you until the end. Before leaving his disciples and returning to the Father, Jesus did not leave them with a sad or uncertain goodbye. In Matthew 28:20, he promised that he would be with them always, even to the end of the age. This is not just a symbolic promise meant to make people feel better. It is a real promise for everyone who puts their trust in him in every generation, including yours. You may not always feel his presence. Sometimes days can pass and all you feel is emptiness, but feelings are not the only measure of truth. God is still there, whether you feel him or not. Fourth, God places lonely people into a family. This may be the most practical promise for the loneliness you are carrying today. Psalm 68:6 says that God sets the lonely in families. Sometimes that family may be your own family, restored after years of distance and hurt. Other times it may be a small church community, a prayer group, or a friend whom God brings into your life at exactly the right moment. Do not close your heart just because a family member or a group of people disappointed you in the past. God may already be preparing a place where you belong, perhaps through someone you have not even met yet. Fifth, God delights in you. There is a loneliness deeper than having no one around you. It is the feeling that you are not worthy of love, even when people are nearby. Zephaniah 3:17 says that God rejoices over you and even sings over you with joy, like someone who loves with all their heart. Not because you have done everything perfectly, not because you fixed all your mistakes before coming to him, simply because you are you. Take a moment and imagine that. The one who created the entire universe is rejoicing right now simply because you exist. Loneliness may be a very real feeling, and no one has the right to tell you that you should not feel it. But loneliness is not the final truth about your life. These 5 promises may not remove your loneliness overnight, but they give you a place to put your trust while you wait for it to pass. If one of these promises spoke to your heart today, type the words "I believe" in the comments below. And if you know someone who feels alone right now, share this video with them. Sometimes God answers another person's prayer through you. You do not have to wait until your loneliness is gone before you start believing. You can believe even while the loneliness remains, just as Jesus prayed in the dark garden before the sunrise came. So when you feel that no one is beside you, the question is no longer whether God is there or not. The real question is this:
Are you willing to trust his promise even when you cannot feel it yet?